click this button and I say, yo, what up? How's it going?
Going pretty well.
That's good to hear. Hey, Jiro 2, huh? A little tastier of action?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Hit me with a pitch. What's going on with this Jiro 2 list?
Well, at the end of the day, it's all a game, and I want to have some fun doing it. So I really find the alternate win condition a fun goal to try to achieve with I Am a Hero 2.
Yeah,
So I want to see how to make that most effective.
sure.
So I figured be a little defensive while trying to build those counters.
Yeah, makes total sense to me. It looks like you don't have any Yu Yu Hakusho cards inside your deck. Are you trying to make this a My Hero only deck, or are you down to put in some Yu Yu stuff?
I prefer all my hero, but if you got some ideas, I'm willing to work with it.
I can make an all My Hero deck work perfect. I can do that absolutely fantastically. But there is some pretty good life foundations to help keep you alive with some of these new cards. Things like Keiko's Aid, for example, or like Urumeshi's Perseverance is pretty good at, like, add a card from your discard pile to your hand. It would be a pretty good, let's go, hey, I'm going to go grab Tasty Riff, And so, like, if you're willing to make it a standard deck, we can do that. If you'd rather make it My Hero only, what that means is I can actually go back in time and I can go look at set 1 stuff as well. It just really depends on what format do you want me to build for. I can do either.
Yeah, man, let's do a standard deck. I think that's probably gonna be what I'm gonna mostly come across.
Love it. Okay, then so if the idea is standard, then the first thing we have to do is I think we need to actually change up our attack lineup just a wee bit. So, I'm a Hero 2 is an incredible card, but I think that it's only supposed to be a 3 of. It is a 2 mid-block. It has Breaker 2 on it, but it by its lonesome is genuinely not very good. You almost never want to play this card not as the UA enhance, or the 1A enhance. You just want to win the game with it. You never really want to play it as a form, right? Yes, it gets fast and it can get you more counters, but we don't really want to do that. I won't back down in Tasty Riff. Incredible. They got to be 4-0s. My heart is set. Tell me about this card.
Like I said, it was originally mostly My Hero cards, and just being another Jiro card, it just felt like it was worked well with going on. Also, because of Dance Routine, it's generally going to hit, a little bit, so I can also trip Dance Routine off of it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not really trying to put anyone down. I'm trying to get that nickel and dime damage in there to trip Jiro's ability and things like Dance Routine.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes total sense to me. And then over reversals, that same idea of like it's a throw, it built a thing you get to ready with Jiro. Yeah. So I want to look at some of these charge attacks that we have available to us under the life symbol, and just see what we have going on. Because I think there's something about things like Dragon Crash that are like pretty cool. Viral Cosmos is very cool, especially because like we don't necessarily care if it hits or not. Or sorry, we don't care because it's not trying to kill him. We don't care if they draw the card. We want to draw the card. We want it to get 3 counters.
Yeah.
Back Alley Haymaker would be pretty good.
Yeah, if only.
Yeah, I really like Viral Cosmos as just like an idea. It's a 4-speed move, and I think it's probably better than what my hardest set is going to do. My biggest issue is the fact of like it's a low block, and so like maybe it's supposed to be like I do this, then I do this. I'm still at 19 attacks, but this card just saying draw cards like so good. Yeah. The other question is, this card says only my charge attack deals 4 or less, right? Is this a charge? It is not a charge. Is instead of the overhead reversal, what it could be is, as we go back, oh, just kidding. I'm not allowed to look at Mortal Kombat cards. That's crazy. It could be something like, I guess, Leaping Right Hook. If it gets 2 speed minus 2 damage, and then you draw the card, it's got a deadlock to get more stats. Is this card better than Cosmos? I'm not positive. Yeah, I think Viral Cosmos is probably just a better pick. Yeah, I think this is probably where I'd leave the attack lineup. What's up with Box Full of Babies? What's going on with this guy?
Again, it was just another way to, since a lot of tech was in there, a way to just add a little more speed, a little more damage to
Sure.
try to get it to at least hit him a little bit.
Okay. Okay, I dig it. I'm gonna go look at the actions assets that life has access to because I bet it's a ton. Man, this character with wound restore seems really silly. Should put these in the sideboard and not the main board. Pew. There's so many options.
I know, right?
Girl.
It's like life is a good one to have.
Yeah. Okay. So, right off the bat, I feel like UA High has to exist in your deck.
Yeah, love it.
UA High says, enhance, remove, add an ally card from your discard pile to your hand. This one. It just goes and picks up Tasty Riff, which is just like very good. I think that we get to cut the babies because this card also has the hidden ability of if it's in your stage at the end of your turn, draw a card, discard a card, which is very similar to what this card does, right? Draw a card, discard a card if you're not Hatsume. The only thing is it doesn't give the stats, but I think your deck's going to be giving plenty of stats as is. How do you feel about Eri?
She's all right. I'm not really for or against.
Okay. I think she belongs in your sideboard somewhere, but I do think we should be playing a one of item box main board. This card is actually unfair. It does two things for you. One of the easiest ways to fight Jiro is to reduce her speed before she's allowed to re-ready her stuff. This card puts it back to its printed speed. So like let's say that they give Tasty Riff -2 speed and you checked poorly on it or whatever. We wanna re-ready some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, this also gives us more assets to play for Hatsume's design, which I think is a big deal. Your tech attack gets a damage. Tech. Okay. From here, let's look at some of these foundations. So Syndicate Target is a good one just because it's a 0/6. Surprising Skill is a good one. Keeping Eri safe. Floating is okay. Clasp Membership. After you partial block an attack, gain 2 health. This card's neat, but I don't know if you necessarily need it or not. You know? Mad in the main board. Thank you, chat. Okay, let's look at one diffs under life. -2 speed. The critical role cards I'm not 100% familiar with yet, so I got to make sure that I am looking at them correctly. Sideboard wise, things like Adaptable Anatomy is pretty good. Dark Tournament Looms is already in your deck. Genkai's Training turns this into a 0 mid block. 0 block. This does not share. This does share 2 symbols. It shares Life Good. This turns into a 0 block. This shares Life Water. This is 0 block. This Genkai's Training says all of your block modifiers become very easy to play. It's pretty good. Fast Friendship is a good one. Man, Jiro's very cool. Jiro's Basal for addition. Pro Hero. Practical Studies. We care about speed. I'll protect you. We care about not dying. High Value Target is great. And then that's it. Let's go look at our 2 diffs. Trinket. Discard a card, draw a card, gain 2. Then your rival can discard, and if they do, we'll look at it, but I don't think this card's going in our deck. The Traveler's Favorite. If a card's been added to your hand, no. Immortal Shapeshifter, I think, is very good. Macho Concealment is very good. Demon Plant's Breaking the Cuff. Rumeshi's Perseverance. I'm going to go pick up a Tasty Riff. Keiko's Aid. Incredible. Man, I just don't care about the Vash Stampede cards even a little bit. How sad.
Well, it's good. I don't have any of them, so it saves me having to get them up.
That's fair. He's still fighting. So how long have you been playing the game?
I started at the beginning, but I took a fairly large break in the middle right after the second box.
Sure.
So I'm really coming back to it. Unfortunately, my local scene is pretty much garbage. So
Yeah.
we're all kind of, there are a few groups around the major city I live in, but we're all spread out. So trying to get a good local going is pretty challenging.
That's fair. That's tough, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
It is what it is.
Especially because you took the break after set 1, and now set 1's gone. Are there any 3 diffs that matter to us? The answer is probably no, right? Oh, we're past. We're too far. Okay.
Yeah, like I said,
So-
a lot of good stuff, but whether it's worth it or not.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff. Okay. So I'm gonna talk about your deck first, and I'm gonna rip your deck apart.
Go for it. That's what I'm here for.
Love it. Pump Up sucks. Card's not very good. There's other things that you could be doing for cheaper costs than what Pump Up is doing. If you absolutely are married to this card, it's a one-off.
No, so it was really in there to be a cheap low block.
Sure. Yeah, this card's gone. It is for the value that it gets, it being a 3 difficulty, if we check the 2 on it, it's just going to be really bad pretty much any time that we ever play it. Battle Resolve. Battle Resolve, not a very good card. Commit 2 cards for +3 speed is not very good whenever we have so much other speed things that we could be doing instead. We just get to get rid of this one. Surge. I think Surge is really neat. Your ranged attack gains stun 1. Are you ranged? No. Yes. No. No.
But
Yes.
there are some range and some the other effect is for my charge attacks, which a lot of things were charged.
Yeah, I think if we're married to this card, it's a one-of.
Yeah, not a big deal.
Dragon Power. This is an interesting card. It doesn't actually work with any of the cards in your deck.
Yeah, you can boot it. Like I said, it was a lot of this. The foundations were in there to get low, cheap blocks to make sure I'm protected.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. He's still fighting. I don't think we need this card either because of the fact that we can ready things with Jiro. So now that I've ripped it apart, I'm going to start adding some cool stuff. Syndicate Target should be a 2-of. It's a 6-check. This card's very good. Surprising Skill should be a 2-of. Genkai's Training should be a 1-of. Fast Friendship should be a 4-of. Practical Study should be a 2-of. I'll Protect You should be a 2-of. Shameless Haggler, I'm going to cut. Immortal Shapeshifter should be a 2-of. Macho Concealment is a 1-of. Perseverance a 1-of. Keiko Zeta 4-of. Vast Strength a 1-of. We're going to cut more cards after we're done here. A 1-of. A 3-of. Cut You. 2-of. 2-of. And 1-of. And now we only have 76 cards in our deck. Nice, we've done it. We have too many high blocks. Let's cut some high blocks. So of the high blocks that we have, what are our worst ones? It's probably Hatsume's Design, because this card as Fast Friendship just does it better. So we'll cut Hatsume's design. A Mortal Shapeshifter comes down to a 1 of. Lost in Thought is gone. New Training Method is gone. I do this and then see what happens. Down to 69 cards. Love that. Still too many high blocks. Block zone. I guess we get to get rid of Genkais if we want to. Genkais can leave. Our other high blocks are here, which is an issue. Maybe I am supposed to get rid of Immortal Shapeshifter. I just wanted a Lock Breaker. Because Deadlock's a hell of a drug. I think Surge has to leave. And then, if you have any questions or you're married to any of the cards that I'm cutting, please.
No, like I said, rip it apart, man.
Yeah.
This is what I'm here for.
I guess it's also just Practical Studies, although I don't feel good about it. That's a card I want to have in this deck. This is 65 cards. I think that this is at least an acceptable place to really start with this so that you can play a couple games, whether it be on webcam or TTS or whatever, and see if this version of the deck is something that you really like. And then you can go get the cards afterwards and be like, oh, what this thing needs to change, this thing needs to change. But I think this is a really good spot. I'm a little trepidatious about the attack count. It's a little low, but at the same time, we're not trying to really kill them. But it does mean that you need to make every single one of these attacks really count. They have to land. They have to connect. In order to really get the most out of it.
Yeah, it makes sense. If I did add another attack in, if I'm not getting enough attacks, what would you recommend in my sideboard?
Sure. Let's go look at Life Attack Go. Storm Arrows is too cool. It could be something along the lines of Jawjammer is not bad just because it's a throw. Let's see if there's anything else. You could put in the Dragon Crash, but I don't know if you need it truthfully. Oh, Dragon Strike. Dragon Strike's the answer. Just put this in at a 2 of. It's a 5 mid for 5. It's not a charge, so it doesn't work, but it's not possible for this card to do the 4 damage for you to draw off the card anyways. And it selectively flips my Rival's Foundations. And so if there's a card that you think is going to be a problem later on, you just say, hey, that one doesn't work.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, thank you for sharing your awesome Jiro list. Stay on the line long enough for me to shoot you this list, and you have a good rest of your night, okay?
You do.
Thanks, man.